Holy smokes, guys. You're not going to believe what just happened. Congress just confirmed a massive stimulus refund, and Washington is in total panic, guys. Social Security recipients, veterans, taxpayers, maybe even SSI and SSDI could be cashing in big time. But there's a huge twist here. The Biden camp is now scrambling. In fact, the media is silent and the details are absolutely insane. So here's the bombshell, guys. And I hope you guys are able to see and hear me okay. If you can, just drop a quick yes or no in the comments. Here's the bombshell, guys. Congress is secretly working on a plan that could send checks of up to $1,400 per household straight to the American people. But here's where it gets very crazy. This isn't your typical stimulus check. This is a direct refund of wasted taxpayer dollars, and it's being directly linked to a $2 trillion savings initiative that could ultimately completely change how Washington spends your money. Now, I want to show you guys something here. This is the Department of Government Efficiency website. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. You can check it out for yourselves. It's doge.com/savings. Anyway, what we're looking at here right now is the current estimated savings. And if you guys have been monitoring this website, it's been going up and the number keeps increasing. Okay, so right now they're at $115 billion, as you can see on your screen here. And they're saying that this is a combination of asset sales, contract lease cancellations, and renegotiations, fraud and improper payment deletion, grant cancellations, interest savings, programmatic changes, regulatory savings, and workforce reductions. We've all heard in the news, CNN, MSNBC, ABC News, Fox News talking about the federal employees being fired and laid off, right? So it's all of that stuff, right? And how they're extrapolating this is they're taking this savings and they're saying, hey, if we were to distribute this savings to the taxpayers, which is me and you, it says here $714.29. This is the amount saved per taxpayer. So it says here, per taxpayer amount is calculated using an estimate of 161 million individual federal taxpayers. So I think there's something like 300, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's like 330 million Americans here in America. That's the population. And out of the 330 million Americans, 161 million is the number of taxpayers that the government has counted. And so basically, this is the amount of the check right now. But this number is increasing. But get this, guys, insiders are saying Trump is behind the push to make this happen. But Democrats are freaking out because it could be a game changer before the 2026 elections. OK, this some people are saying, is this really going to go through? A lot of people are asking me who actually is going to qualify for this. And is this the beginning of a massive political showdown? If I'm on SSI or SSDI, am I going to get a check? Well, stick with me, guys. I'm going to break down all the details that I have that you need to know. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss this, okay? Now, before we get too far into this, if you have received that $6,000 payment from Social Security yet, let me know in the comments if you've received that already, or let me know if you're still waiting on that payment. Yeah. So anyway, the government has been essentially sitting on billions of your hard-earned dollars. But now something unprecedented is happening. Congress is quietly working on a plan to send massive refund checks directly to the American people. And this could be one of the biggest payouts that we've seen in years. But here's the kicker, guys. This isn't just another stimulus check. This is a refund of wasted taxpayer money. It's tied to a $2 trillion savings initiative that Washington insiders are basically, they're in panic mode over this. And guess what? Trump is reportedly backing this move. Meanwhile, Biden's team and top Democrats, they're scrambling to stop it. And so anyone with a brain is asking, why would they want to stop this thing? Because this could flip the script on government spending and it could put cash directly into your hands. And this is why most people like it. But of course, if you're a dirty politician who's becoming a millionaire. They're becoming millionaires off of the backs of taxpayers. Then of course they don't want to stop it. Think about how many men and women in Congress came into politics non-millionaires, but they leave being multi-millionaires, 20 millionaires. Like, how much is Nancy Pelosi worth right now, right? How much is AOC or Adam Schiff worth right now? How much is Chuck Schumer worth? Hakeem Jeffries? You see where I'm going with this, right? Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below. For months, we've heard whispers about the Doge dividend stimulus checks, guys, but today we've got official confirmation. Breaking news, guys. You're not going to believe this. Trump and Elon Musk just flipped the entire system on its head, and Washington is losing it. Well, guys, we've got official confirmation that a bill is imminent. You guys might remember the guy by the name of James Fishback. If you don't, he's the mastermind that's behind this entire plan. He just revealed that he's meeting with top U.S. senators, and the response, overwhelmingly positive, guys. That means $5,000 checks could be coming soon. But wait, the DC swamp is already plotting to block this thing, okay? Now, of course, we know about House Speaker Mike Johnson saying that the money should go toward paying off debt, the national debt, not to hardworking Americans like me and you. Nobody wants that, right? But so now it all comes down to one big question. Will Trump take executive action and force these checks through, or will Congress kill it before you even get a single dime? Well, guys, type 47 if you think Trump should force this thing through. And also type yes if you support the bill. Type no if you think Congress should stop it. And I really appreciate you guys joining me today. I hope you're able to see and hear me. Drop a quick like and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is moving very fast, guys. Now, you probably thought that the Doge dividend stimulus checks were just talk, right? Well, think again, okay? This is moving faster than anyone expected, and Congress is in full panic mode right now. In fact, for weeks, we've been hearing rumors about $5,000 stimulus checks backed by Trump and Elon Musk, but today, it just got real. James Fishback, the mastermind behind the plan, he just confirmed that a bill is imminent. This is great news, guys. Now, he's been meeting with top U.S. senators, and guess what? They're on board. The bill is being drafted right now, and if it passes, massive payouts are coming to you. But hold on, guys. Not everybody wants this to happen. Speaker Mike Johnson and DC Swamp members, they're already fighting to shut this thing down. Instead of putting money back into your pocket, they want to use it to pay down the national debt. Now, the big question is, will Trump step in and force this through with executive action, or will Congress block it before you get a single dime? Now, of course, James Fishback, we know he's the creator of the Doge dividend. He has officially announced that the bill is now imminent. Over the past week, he has been advocating for the proposal in Congress. He's literally been going to Washington, D.C., meeting with 6 U.S. senators, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. James Fishback, now claims that the legislative framework is already being drafted, and if passed, it could lead to direct payments of up to $5,000 per taxpayer. Now, for months, guys, critics have dismissed the Doge dividend as nothing more than a political stunt. However, the most recent confirmation that the bill is actively moving through Congress has stunned Washington. Everyone's shocked. Now, the question isn't whether the bill is real, it's whether it can survive the political battlefield and make it all the way up to Trump's, President Trump's desk. And so the Doge stimulus bill, it's drawn a lot of support from some of the biggest names in politics and even in business. James Fishback, he's the CEO of Aurea investment firm and is the architect of the Doge dividend concept. He introduced this proposal as a way to return mismanaged government funds back to taxpayers, and I love it. Elon Musk, He received the proposal directly from Fishback, and he later shared it with Donald Trump, recognizing its potential to reshape public trust in government spending. And then, of course, Donald Trump, he took the idea to Congress, where it's currently gaining some momentum. Now, with Trump's backing, the bill has now transitioned from this theoretical plan to a real policy proposal being debated on Capitol Hill. Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson, he's already voiced his strong skepticism. Mike Johnson, a strong fiscal conservative, believes that any clawback funds should go toward paying down the national debt rather than being distributed to the public. Let me know, guys. What do you think? Pay down the national debt or send out the checks? Let me know. So this opposition could be a major roadblock in getting the bill through Congress. Now, I'm really shocked to see the difference in perspective between Trump and House Speaker Mike Johnson here. So who qualifies for the Doge dividend payments? Well, the bill is structured to maximize accessibility, ensuring that the funds go to as many Americans as possible. So there's no income requirements. I've been hearing rumors about this. I want to debunk this. There's no income requirements, unlike previous stimulus check programs. This one doesn't exclude higher income earners. And so basically, as long as you're working, you qualify. Social Security, veterans benefits included. Recipients of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits are fully eligible to receive Doge dividend payments. Now, this is big because I've been getting a lot of questions about people, from people who are on Social Security. Is Social Security going to qualify? Yes. So let's talk a little bit about this work-based eligibility. So the proposal is designed to encourage employment. So if you're actively working, you will receive the funds. It's essentially turning this into a Doge signing bonus for the labor force. So that is definitely good for the GDP. Now, with no income cap and an emphasis on rewarding work, the Doge dividend bill, it stands apart from traditional government stimulus programs. It represents a new approach to economic relief, using existing funds rather than printing new money, like what they did during the Biden's era, during the $1.9 trillion stimulus package that he passed, right? So this is way more appealing to fiscal conservatives, right? So the Doge dividend stimulus bill is a high stakes financial experiment, but if it works, the potential payouts could be historic, guys. I mean, the amount each American receives depends entirely on how much money is successfully clawed back from wasteful government spending. So here's how it actually breaks down. Now, if the full $2 trillion is reached, every eligible taxpayer could receive a $5,000 check, one of the biggest direct payments in U.S. history. Now, if only $1 trillion is recovered, then the check amount is going to drop to about $2,500 per person, but that's still a significant sum of money. Now, as of today, only $115 billion has been recovered, meaning that if checks were issued today, immediately, each taxpayer would only get $142, which is a fraction of what's being promised, right? But that's only what they've recovered so far. Trump's only been in office for about 2 months. So this initiative, it really hinges on continued success in clawing back wasteful spending, but can it hit that massive $2 trillion target, or is this an overhyped pipe dream? Well, that's what we're going to talk about, and that's really where we are right now, okay? To keep Americans updated, a Doge live tracker is monitoring the current situation in terms of where we stand. Urgent warning, guys, the job market is collapsing. The economy is shrinking fast. Layoffs are skyrocketing. The Trump tariffs are already shaking industries. The media won't tell you this, but most high-paying jobs, they're disappearing. And the ones that do remain, they're soon going to be out of reach. But here's the good news, guys. I've put together a list of 30 plus jobs that pay around $100,000 per year without a degree. These are recession-proof jobs, and some are even set to explode in demand thanks to this economic shakeup. no college degree required, no student debt, just real jobs that pay. But I promise, guys, this list is not going to be available forever. So get it right now. Get it before these jobs are flooded by the competition. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link down below so you can get your free list of the 30 plus jobs that pay over $100,000 without a college degree. So download this list before it's too late. So the media is basically staying suspiciously quiet, but we got all the inside details on who gets paid and when it's happening and why this could actually change everything. So if you guys are just now joining live, please take a second and hit the like button for the video, subscribe to the channel. Stick with me, guys, because what I'm about to reveal is it's going to blow your mind. And here it is, the latest desperate attack from Democrats as they scramble to take down Trump's biggest economic victory yet. You got John Larson, who just lost his ever-loving mind, went on this unhinged rant, spewing lies and fear-mongering about Elon Musk and the Doge initiative. But why? Because they know that if the American people see exactly how much the government waste is happening, we're going to demand that our money get refunded. So let's be clear, guys. Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, it was created by President Trump in 2025 for one purpose: to expose and eliminate the massive fraud, waste, and abuse that's happening in Washington, D.C., and to return that money back to hardworking taxpayers. Now, of course, you got loudmouth Maxine Waters, you got loudmouth AOC, and what's that other Ayanna Pressley? Is that the bald-headed lady? And what's the other lady who always wears a weave? Jasmine Crotch Rocket or something like that. They're all mad. They're mad because they're blowing Elon Musk and Trump, Doge, big balls, and all these guys are blowing the cover off of all of the government waste, fraud, and abuse that's happening. And folks who are on SSI, specifically, fixed income folks, they can't afford to get screwed anymore. They've already paid into the system. This is not some entitlement program. This is people have put their own hard work, sweat, and equity paying taxes into the system. It's time to get the benefit that we've been paying for. So anyway, Elon Musk was handpicked by Trump to lead this charge because he had a track record of making bloated bureaucracies more efficient. And this is something that terrifies career politicians like John Larson. But instead of debating the fact, John Larson resorts to cheap shots and conspiracy theories, falsely claiming Trump and Elon Musk are privatizing Social Security. But the truth? You want the truth? Well, the Doge initiative is about cutting waste, not cutting benefits. In fact, Social Security recipients and veterans are set to receive refund checks under this very plan. And Democrats are doing everything that they can to stop it. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll clips so you guys can see for yourself just how desperate they've become. Watch this.
The men and women on this committee are good people. They're honest and caring people. And that's why I do not understand why you would relegate this committee to no longer being of significance and resort to saying you will do whatever Elon Musk and Donald Trump tell you to do. Where's the independence of the committee? Where's the legislature?
Why is this guy screaming?
We're an equal branch of government. And you start off with a blather, and yet look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law.
You see how he's trying to make Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk, he owns Tesla. He's the CEO of Tesla. Sure, he's a billionaire. But he's also a philanthropist, right? Elon Musk is the owner of Starlink and X, also known as Twitter, and probably another two companies that I'm forgetting. But the point is John Larson, there was no reason for John to point out the fact that Elon Musk is a billionaire. What relevance does this play here? What he's trying to do is he's trying to make it seem like people should be envious of Elon Musk He's trying to create an enemy out of Elon Musk when all Elon Musk is doing is really a public service. I don't even think Elon Musk is getting paid for doing what he's doing.
Or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it?
Well, first of all, Mr. John Larson, you don't need to physically be here to explain it. That's what the spreadsheets are for. That's what the documentation and the emails that have been sent around highlighting the fraud, the abuse, and the waste are for. Have you read your emails? Do you even read your emails, John? I mean, the information's there. You don't need someone to physically sit in front of you to do this. Elon Musk is not obligated to do that. He's also not a member of Congress, as you often remind the world.
You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. He's been on television the last couple of days talking exactly about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and what he intends to do.
So this is what we call a bold-faced lie, because Elon Musk has never said that he was planning to privatize Social Security or Medicaid or anything like that. This is typical. This is like a typical play out of the Democratic playbook. Create fear, spread lies, and add emotion and get people riled up.
Privatize it. The American people, some of them may have been born at night, but not last night. People are aware of this. Every single one of your districts, all the money that comes in monthly, and you have not done, you as a Congress have not done anything in more than 54 years. And now you have someone coming in to privatize a system, something you have longed to do going back to 1982, because Elon Musk thinks that this is the best thing to do. President Trump has called Social Security a scam. Elon Musk, as chairman, as Mr. Neal said, called it a Ponzi scheme. Ask that of the people in your district. Ask that, Mr. Smith, of the more than 198,000 people in your district who rely on Social Security, and you won't even let the person who's planning to privatize it, who's telling the big lie in front of everyone, in bold as he possibly can, saying, this is what we're going to do. The Congress is in our back pocket. We don't even have to come before them and testify, because we control the House, we control the Senate, and we control the presidency. And it's the tyranny of the executive. It's why these resolutions were first adopted back in 1789, because the founding fathers knew that the executive branch does not have total authority over the legislature unless you have a willing party that says, no, we're going to do exactly what you tell us to do, Mr. Musk and Mr. President. It doesn't matter to our constituents. It doesn't matter how much money they are not going to receive. We're not even going to tell them the truth about what's going to happen to them. And every single one of these districts where they're being shut down and their personnel, and as Mr. Neal said, then after you cut and eliminate the people, say the agency isn't responding accordingly. No other agency operates for under less than 1%. With that, they administer to over 70 million people in the nation's #1 anti-poverty program for the elderly and children. Shame! Shame! Can't bring people in front of this body.
But even if Elon Musk was sitting here right now, like what good does that do anyone? First of all, but let's just go back for a second here, right? Doge is trying to give back $714.29. That's just right now. Like this number, I expect to get closer to that $5,000 number. But look, in a dual income or dual person household, this is a $1,400 check, right? 714 $700 times 2 is 14, right? Or $1,400, right? So $714.29. That's more like $1,428.58. So it's over $1,400 in checks that could be sent out to taxpayers just based off the savings that we have so far. Trump and Elon Musk, they're only 60 days into this thing so far. I don't know how many days we are in right now, but it's like 2 months. So this check is likely to grow. And so this fear that Representative John Larson is trying to, wow, like absolutely wow, guys. That was probably like the most unhinged fear-mongering rants that I've heard in a long time. Did you catch how John Larson conveniently ignored the actual reason why Doge exists? He's trying to paint Trump and Elon Musk as villains, when in reality, they're working to expose government waste and return billions of dollars back to the American people. And Democrats, well, they hate the idea, of course. But let's be real. This isn't about privatizing Social Security. That's just classic Democrat fear tactics, okay? The truth is the government has been recklessly wasting your taxpayer dollars for decades. And now Elon Musk and Trump, they're shining a light on it. They're embarrassed. You got career politicians like Larson. They're in full panic mode. They can't defend their corruption. So instead they lie and they shout, they yell, they distort, they scream about imaginary problems while completely ignoring the facts. And did you guys notice the biggest red flag? Larson kept demanding Elon Musk show up to testify. But why? The numbers don't lie. The savings are real. The refund checks are real. Like, he doesn't need to prove anything else because the proof is already in front of them. But instead of celebrating a plan that actually puts money back in taxpayers' hands, Larson throws this crybaby tantrum like a child who just got caught stealing cookies from the jar. So ask yourself, why are they fighting so hard to kill the plan? Who really benefits from all the government waste? Think about it, because it sure the hell isn't you. It ain't me. Now, I want you guys to comment down below if you think Democrats are terrified that Americans will finally see where their hard-earned taxpayer dollars are really going. So, all right. Now, I want to hear from you guys. After watching this meltdown, which side are you on? Do you think John Larson exposed himself as a part of the corrupt establishment trying to block your refund? Or do you buy into his fear-mongering? Do you actually believe John Larson's fear-mongering? Let me know down below, guys. Type in Larson is panicking because the truth is coming out, or Democrats will do anything to keep our money. Let me know where you stand on that one. Let's see which one of those wins. But a new bombshell leaks they're just now surfacing, guys, and they're exposing just how desperate the Democrats are to shut this thing down. Washington's in full-blown crisis mode because the truth about Doge is finally getting out. Your taxpayer dollars have been wasted for decades. And now, for the first time ever, a plan is in place to give that money back to the people. But the establishment cannot allow that to happen. So here's what they don't want you to know, okay? High-level insiders are now revealing that top Democratic strategists are scrambling behind the scenes. They're trying to kill this stimulus refund, this tax refund, this Doge dividend check refund before it ever reaches your bank account. Why? Because if this thing goes through, it proves that Trump and Elon Musk were right all along, and they can't have that. It proves that the government has been recklessly throwing away your money while you struggle to make ends meet. And worst of all, it proves that the so-called leaders in Washington have been lying to you about what's possible for years. And now the attacks, they're getting nasty. So first, they spread a false narrative that this plan privatizes Social Security, which is a total lie. Then they try to smear Elon Musk, calling him above the law just because he's actually solving problems that they ignored for decades. And if Elon Musk is doing something illegal here, why isn't he arrested? Why is Elon Musk not in jail? Right? Charges would have been filed already. Okay. And now we're hearing reports that Democrat operatives are pressuring media outlets to bury the story entirely. Why are you trying to bury the story? Now think about this for a second, guys. If this was really such a bad idea, why are they going through such extreme lengths to try and silence it? Right? If the numbers didn't add up, wouldn't they just present the facts showing that the numbers don't add up and let the American people decide? But no, that's the last thing that they want. Because once you see how much of your money has been wasted, once you realize just how deep this corruption goes, there's going to be no stopping this movement. And here's the best part. They know they're losing. Polling is showing that Americans across the board, Republicans, independents, even some Democrats, support the idea of reclaiming wasted tax dollars and putting it back in the hands of the people. So now they have one last ditch option: full-blown sabotage. And here's the deal, guys. This time, we're not falling for it. This time, the truth is coming out whether they like it or not. And so, we're just getting started here, because it's about time we pull this curtain back. But stay tuned, because this is where things get really, really interesting beyond this whole cover up. And here it is. The moment Democrats have been dreading, the truth is out. And it's even worse for them than we thought. New reports confirm that the Doge initiative led by Elon Musk under Trump's leadership has already uncovered $2 trillion in government waste. This is money that should have gone to you. It should have gone to the American people. And now the refund checks, these Doge dividend refund checks, these Social Security refund checks, they are closer than ever. But here's where it gets insane. Even CNN admitting this is bad for Democrats. They've been forced to acknowledge that this initiative is overwhelmingly popular with voters. And get this, guys, some of their own political analysts are saying that this could crush Biden's chances if he were to try to run again. This would destroy Kamala Harris's chances of ever being able to run again. This would even knock out Gavin Newsom's future chances of running in 2028. One CNN contributor even admitted that, quote, if these refund checks start going out, it's going to prove that Trump was right all along, and that this would ultimately be a nightmare for the Democratic Party. That Trump wasn't out here just trying to help his fellow wealthy billionaire friends and investors. And guess who else is panicking? Mainstream media, guys. They refused to cover the story for weeks. That's why you can't find anything on this stuff. That's why I make sure to bring it to you guys, because if I don't, who will? But now that the numbers are out, they can't hide it anymore. ABC, NBC, even MSNBC has been caught scrambling trying to reshape the narrative, because they know Americans aren't buying their lies anymore. But here's where it gets even more shocking. Leaked internal memos from Democratic strategists reveal their next move. They're working behind closed doors to find a way to block these refunds from going through. Refunds that should be going to the American people. Refunds that should be going to investors who have invested in their own ability to retire, right? Social Security recipients and beneficiaries. That's right, guys. The people who pretend to care about the working class Americans are now openly discussing ways to keep your money in Washington. They're so terrified of losing power that they would rather steal back what's rightfully yours than admit that Trump and Elon Musk actually created something that works. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments. Are you ready for your refund? If you are, drop a comment down below. Say, we want our money. If you are done with Washington's lies and you're ready to get paid, say, we want our money in the comments down below. If you haven't already, hit the like button for the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a friend. We'll see you guys next time.